Looks like it's time to get psyched for Directive 8020. Not that we weren't already, but character bio trailers means the promotional push is starting in earnest. And with the game just 5 months and 10 days away, now is the perfect time. I wonder how they're gonna space these things out. Will we get one per month for each playable character, or is this a situation where we're going to get all of the character info early and then touch on other topics as we get closer to launch? Specifically, I'd love to know if we're getting a playable early game demo in the summer, the way we got a chance to check out House of Ashes, Frank Stone, and The Devil in Me a couple of months early. I certainly hope so. All of those were great previews. We even got to see the original, better functioning version of the Aaron microphone scene. For now though, all we can do is see what can be gleaned from the Laura Eisel preview. Let's start out with just the audio.
I designed this mission with integrity and skill, and I hope the crew will treat it similarly.
So we know that Laura is the mission designer, although it's not really clear what that means exactly. A design is what you have for something you build. A plan is what you have for something you do. Is this a weird choice of words because English isn't her first language? Or is this a subtle hint that she's the type of person who thinks of people as cogs in a machine rather than individuals with agency? It's also interesting that the person who planned the mission is going on it. Ordinarily, any kind of mission involving space travel is carefully planned out by whole teams of people back on Earth and then carried out by professionals. So why is the main mission planner, perhaps the sole mission planner, going along on this mission? Does she possess some kind of subject matter expertise that would literally make the mission impossible to complete if she's not there to see it through personally? What could that expertise be? Or does this speak to some kind of arrogance, a belief that she's vital to the mission, whether that's true or not? Maybe it's me, but I can't imagine describing my process as involving integrity and skill. Those are both things that are generally said about you by other people, rather than used to describe yourself or your own actions. You'd say that someone else executed a task skillfully, but would you say that about something you did? Everything about her speech is a little weird in the way she's describing things. Again, it's possible this is a second language thing, although she certainly doesn't have much of an accent, does she?
There's no room for human error.
The idea that she's left no room for human error reinforces what they've established about her character. This is someone who thinks only in terms of rigid cause and effect. She cannot imagine anyone interfering with her design. While I have no reason to believe that this is a reference, my first thought is to the show Hannibal, which used the difference between plan and design quite effectively. Will and Jack have plans to catch Hannibal, messy ideas that involve lots of people. Serial killers on the show are always described as having a design, elaborate things that they want to accomplish, for which humans are just objects to be slotted into their places. Am I saying Laura's a psychopath? No. It's just interesting to see her so clearly devaluing human input at every turn.
Ultimately, if something goes wrong because of the design, that's on me. If we fail, it's because I have failed.
Finally, she takes all responsibility for the mission, announcing that any failure is her failure. Again, this suggests an extremist, almost solipsistic view of the situation. If you'd asked her, she'd say that if someone made a mistake, it was ultimately her fault for picking the person for the mission who made the mistake. After all, her design supposedly accounted for all possible human error. So, let's get into the visuals. The items around the screen are her face, a line saying Corinth System 0.580. Feel like they could have gotten to version 1 before using the system to go to space, but whatever. Down at the bottom left, we've got an online data feed with reference to an analysis processing node. The two pictures referred to as image of ship in orbit. Orbit of what? Tau Ceti? Earth or the moon before they leave? If it's Tau Ceti, then most likely someone would be watching this on the ship, since images from Tau Ceti wouldn't get back to Earth for years. Or heck, maybe someone is watching this in the aftermath of the main action of the game? She's 33, her full name is Laura Izella, and she's the senior mission officer, so just below the captain in rank, I'm guessing? Down at the bottom right, we've got sectors with numbers on them. Tragically, no clues are here about what year the game is set. Still hoping for that. Also suggesting that this is being watched by someone later, an eye scan is used to confirm her identity. Now we get a couple of quick flashes, all with a data corrupted note on them. So yeah, this is presumably being watched by someone later on. First is the dead Canadian, then the troubled wake up, or at least that's what it seems like. The person being shot into space from the Devil in Me preview shows up. Right after the statement about no room for human error, we get an ironic cut to the character I'm calling the Stowaway, who, based on her outfit, I'm assuming is not supposed to be on the ship. Given the fact that the ship has its own oxygen farm, I don't think it's likely we're going to be getting a cold calculations reference in the plot, but that's not outside the realm of possibility if there are, in fact, more people on the ship than there's supposed to be. Then there's another shot of that poor dead floating Canadian guy again, as well as Laura finding the body. We've seen all of this in the story trailer, of course. Yeah, I didn't notice before, but her casual suit does not have the nationality patch. Not important, but it is interesting. Here's a horrible monster face on, I think, Dennis? I'm not great at identifying monster faces. A system recovery from all the bad data happens. And now we get to the key part. After the system reboot, the computer can no longer confirm Laura's identity, at least for a moment. The biometrics don't match. So the fact that she's saying that if anything goes wrong, it's on her, can be read as an ironic commentary on the fact that this is an imposter speaking who is responsible for how everything has gone wrong. So, of course, the next visual we get is the monster-fied Laura trying to chase down our main character. Finally, we end with a look at the Corinth logo. Can you believe that the Corinth website, both corinth.com and corinth.co.uk, are both still available? Feels like Supermassive should be getting on top of this for ARG purposes. Although, they're probably just going to have another unique website name if they decide to go that way. Like the Kalis files, which don't seem to be working anymore? Glad I screenshotted all of that when I had the chance. What's going on, Namco? So that's the Laura Izella character bio video. No new game footage, but tons of interesting stuff nonetheless. It's notable that the character who's established as being a little inhuman here is the first one we see monster-fied. One final thing, which is weird, but probably not relevant. On the thumbnail for the YouTube video, you can see Laura's arm patch is the Dutch flag, which I originally thought was the French flag because, in my defense, one is just the other rotated 90 degrees. But on the Instagram thumbnail, it's the exact same shot of Laura, but with the UK's Union flag on her shoulder, where the Dutch flag should be. Probably doesn't mean anything, but it is a little weird. Can't wait for the next character video. But for now, I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for watching. If you had a good time, you'd like to see more of those buttons coming up to help with that. Questions, comments, your own theories about what the video mean, go in the comments section below the video. Play my game, Clown in the Woods, at itch.io. And of course, we're going to see you back here for more Directive 8020 videos as the news allows. No video about the Blade Runner story until we, actually learn something about that. I'll see you back here for that, but until then, I'll say that's right. Au revoir.